You know me, I like my videos. Hello everyone, welcome again to my little castle here in Wales. There has been so much happening over the last week in the conversion of the stables, in getting the trees out here all fixed and shaped up nicely. Lots of people have been on site. At one point I had 14 people here in a day. So over the course of this video I'm going to take you through what's been happening for the conversion of the stables and the upkeep of the grounds. So sit back, relax, get yourself a copy, and welcome to a week of Castle Diaries. At the edge of our Elizabethan castle there sits a small stables, and we applied to turn it into a holiday let, and after quite a lot of back and forth with the local council it was finally approved, and this week I was delighted to see the scaffolding finally going up. And the scaffolding boys were equally delighted to see my camera. Over the past few years, I've been trying to work out how I sustain myself financially in the future. I can't keep travelling to London for work, and one of my ideas is to run a holiday let on the grounds of my little castle in rural Wales. So it's really exciting to see this scaffolding going up. I can almost see my future ahead of me. It's not only ahead of me, it's actually taking shape right in front of me. I'm here on the scaffolding. Very exciting. As we started our work on the roof, we had a military flyby. Now tell me, is that a good omen? I hope so. Now, as part of the conditions for our transferring this from a stable use into a holiday let, we had to make sure that we protected the bats, and so we had lots of bats inspections. You'll see we had a thermal camera, and here are my construction guys waiting to be told if they can start. The magic words, okay, let's go, and we were off, carefully removing each tile, making sure there were no bats underneath, and then being inspected by our ecologist on site. At this point, I have to say, my front drive did feel like a building site. So as well as protecting bats, we also have to protect the trees on the property, so fences were delivered to put up. Some rather skillful manoeuvring here, I think you'll agree. I was absolutely transfixed at the precision of this drop. Honestly, it was like a piece of theatre. And once they were up, the boys took no time at all in assembling them and protecting the trees around the property and making sure nothing went over my neighbour's fence. So as well as constructing our new holiday let, there's business as usual here at the castle, and that is looking after our garden and the trees. Some trees, like this plum tree, have died. Some trees need taking in. Some trees need to make sure that they are lopped of their dead branches. There's always something to do in our garden. A number of our trees also abut the main highway, so we wanted to make sure that they were all safe and sound, and we had those inspected whilst he was here. Nothing to worry about. Thank goodness for that. Grounds, my husband Joe showed the tree surgeon this beautiful beech. Absolutely adore it. A crowning glory in our garden. And I just wanted to make sure that it was safe and secure. And I'm really pleased to say that he said it's completely perfect. It's very top heavy, and I may have to trim it slightly in a year or so, but it's really firm, really stable, and I'm so glad to hear that. We had some ash dieback a little while ago, and I had to have an ash tree removed, but again, inspecting that, we found out there's nothing wrong with it, and we can leave that there safe and secure as well. Another tick, another positive. Now, if you've seen episode 1 of the Stable Diaries, you'll know that this tree with the tree preservation order has had an inspection that says it is diseased. We asked the council if we could have permission to have it removed. They have said no, so we're compiling another inspection report. We also had another set of tree surgeons come this week to help us maintain some of the trees that need a little bit of maintenance. Look at the size of that cherry picker. And whilst the trees were being looked after, we had a skip delivered. And then we had a drain inspection to try and work out the best way to take the discharge from the dishwasher, the shower, and everything from the new holiday let out into the main sewer works. I certainly found out things about the house that I didn't know that morning. Now, with so many trees on the 2-acre grounds, there's always some work to be done. And this tree here had got really over fat, so we got the cherry picker in, and a wonderful firm I found at the Brecon show who said that they could make sure that we thinned it out. I did it all legally. I have to get planning permission to make sure these trees in a protected area were trimmed appropriately. So I'm really pleased with the way that these trees have shaped up. The trouble with these trees is they can grow out, and go tall, and then when it rains or if it gets snowy, the leaves or the branches collapse, and I wanted to make sure that I tend for them. And we look after all parts of the castle here, even the garden grounds. So it's a bit drier than when they were cutting back and when they were tying inside, because lots of wires have been put inside to hold it all together. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, something that's interesting to note is that this vista here and over by the large tree, you see that Scottish pine, that Scottish pine there, they're actually protected, they're listed. So there's very little I can do to ever change the view here, but come on. Would you ever want to? So the work has now been carried out, and I'm going to go and have a check because I believe that there's been some deconstruction inside that I wasn't aware of, and I'm quite excited about that. So come with me in the rain to have a look. That is a building site. Right, follow the green grass road, as Galinda said. I think there should be a troll here, and I think I should have to pay some sort of fee to cross the bridge to get to the stables. Wow. Over here, we've had some box blight in what will become the rose garden. So I've taken up the box plants, planted them here safely out of the way in the hope that we can kind of tender them, nurture them, and decide somewhere else to put them on the property. Might be a massive disappointment. They might have done nothing, but let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Welcome to the stables. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. And under here, very well protected, is our wood supply. There's a wood store coming in about a week, which my husband Joe is going to put up. Currently he's filming, thank you Joe. And we're going to move that over nearer the house. But yeah, gosh. The stables are beginning to take shape, and I for one am very excited. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that update on what's going on in our stables and upkeeping the grounds here of my little castle in Wales. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and try and find me on Instagram. I'm there, Life with Mog. But for now, wherever you are and whoever you love, I wish you joy and I wish you well. See you soon.